welcome to the very first edition of Ask the Attorney. Yes, you can ask an attorney any question and get an answer the very next Friday because I'm an attorney, Heather Reynolds from Your Legacy Lives. So let's go to our question box and find out what someone has asked. Well, I've heard this before. What is the difference between a will and a trust? Brilliant. So I can only speak for California law, but a will is a document that you sign and sometimes have witnessed if it wasn't in your own handwriting. And a trust is a contract between you, or you and a family member, perhaps a spouse. And the difference is one goes to probate and one doesn't. Which one is which? A will goes to probate. A trust opts out. Now, a trust only succeeds in opting out of the whole probate process, which I'll tell you what that is in just a moment. It only opts out if they actually put everything in it. So an empty trust is useless, but a contract that actually has all of your belongings in it, your house, your bank accounts, everything in the world, in that trust is going to avoid probate. A will, unfortunately, does not. So don't be surprised if you hear people saying they think that wills avoid probate. That's a myth. It's not true. They don't. So the question really becomes, well, what does avoid probate? Certainly a trust or any pay-on-death bank account. Now you're probably asking, why the heck do we want to avoid probate? Well, let me see here. The local probate code. Who wants to do this, right? Probate court is expensive. Probate court takes forever. Probate court is a pain in the rear. Nobody wants to go to probate. If you've ever been, you already know what I'm talking about. So, to avoid probate, we would like, if you have more than $150,000 or you have a house, so you own real estate, in California, you're headed for probate unless you have a trust. So I strongly recommend considering a trust. It also helps with privacy. So imagine you've died with a will, and the will says, go to court, and it takes a couple of months to get into court, and we have to publish in the newspaper that we're in court. Well, guess who reads the newspaper? Burglars, and your house is a sitting duck. Across the street from the courthouse is where your death certificate lives. Now they have your social security number, your mother's maiden name, and your date of birth. And guess what? We get to make a list for the probate court of all your bank accounts and all the account numbers. That's public record too. So if somebody wants to steal your identity, all they have to do is go to probate court. What a great place to get all that wonderful information. Now you're thinking, why do I care? I'm not here. Because the people you love and care about are in charge now. And they're the ones who have to clean it up. So identity theft is no fun, and probate court doesn't make it any easier. So I don't know anybody who likes to go to probate court, and I suspect you wouldn't like it either. If that's the case, and you either own a home or you have more than $150,000, we gotta have a trust. So that's the big difference. Oh, there's one other one. If you have kids under the age of 18, you're going to want a trust. So that instead of getting all the money at age 18, like that's what the probate court says to do, happy birthday, here's your $1 million from mom and dad. No, most parents wouldn't do that, right? So why does the probate court do that? We don't know. Why does the probate court do anything? Because they're afraid that there's a whole bunch of fraudulent, embezzling people who are coming after all your stuff at the moment of your death. That's why we have to freeze it all. Freeze it. Nobody can touch a thing the moment you die for a couple of months until we get a court order saying somebody's in charge. So who's going to pay for the funeral? Who's going to pay for the expenses, the lights on? Who's going to pay for the diapers for your children? I don't know. So if you want to have all that in place, you know exactly who's in charge, and they can get in charge right away, then that's where a trust comes in. I think you can see I'm a little biased. It certainly depends on every situation, but I have a feeling you're going to much prefer a trust over going to probate court. Thanks for asking. If you have any other questions, feel free to click the little link below, send in your questions, and next week we'll do the same thing. Hopefully we'll answer your questions. Again, this is Heather Reynolds, founding attorney of Your Legacy Lives.